I want to strangle you right now. Ever had this feeling at work? Tell me, is there a person in your office who you would rather not deal with, but you kind of have to because they happen to be on your team, or it's your boss? Is there? Okay. In this video, I'd love to give you 4 tips for handling difficult people so that you can keep the relationship going and maintain your sanity. Hi, my name is Alena Huberová and I help women in business to become the managers they always wish they had. So if you want to build your healthy self-confidence and find your voice and lead in a way that is true to who you are, then check my SHELeads program. Link to it below. Let's get to the business. There are different types of difficult people that you may wish to handle at the workplace. The negative types, the show-offs, the passives with whom you never know where you stand because they never say anything. And then, of course, the dominating types. And this is the type that I want to focus on in this video because my female clients find these people the most challenging. You know, these overpowering, overbearing or intimidating types. That's what we're going to be talking about. Before I give you my 4 tips, there is something that I'd love to say. Look, I know these people can be so difficult, but don't blame them and don't try to change them. There is a good reason for why they behave the way they do, and that is something that they have to figure out themselves. You see, they don't even know that they are doing it. The dominating types, they typically lack self-esteem and self-confidence. And so in order to feel good, they need to exercise control over others. So, of course, they want to be in charge and they want you to know that they are in charge. They want to be right and they want you to know that you are wrong. So yes, these people have a lot of internal turmoil, and so have a bit of empathy with them. All you need to do is learn how to relate to them in order to keep the relationship going and alleviate any negative impact that these people may have on you, because you don't want to have a heart attack, do you? First, let's talk about a very dominating person that you are in charge of. They are on your team. They're not acting that way. They're behaving just like if they were the boss. They often tell you what you should be doing, and they often try to dominate the team interactions. So imagine you're in a meeting and you find their behavior totally inappropriate. There is a number of things that you can do. Let's say they have a very annoying habit of interrupting you and others mid-sentence. You can be respectful, but you have to be very firm and stand your ground. Excuse me, John? Excuse me, John? I haven't finished yet. John, I haven't finished yet. Yeah, so be nice and respectful, but firm and stand your ground, because if you don't, they will walk all over you. Another scenario, imagine this person is trying to take over the group conversation. They're really trying to dominate it. You may also need to step in. How? You definitely want to keep it positive and you want to acknowledge their contribution to the conversation, but also you want to let them know how you see this going forward. John, thank you. I agree with you on this point. Or, I like what you said about this. But let's also hear what others have to say. Catherine, so what do you think? What you absolutely don't want to is getting into a fight there and then during the meeting. Because if the dominating person feels threatened by you, or if they feel that you are trying to humiliate them or ridicule them in front of the rest of the team, they will fight back, and they will fight back fiercely, and things could get really nasty. That's the last thing that you want. So what do you do in such cases? You want to have a one-on-one with that person. That one-on-one in order to establish some rules and set clear limitations and boundaries. And there are certain feedback techniques that could help you do this. I'll give you one example. You don't need to make notes. I'll publish this in a document that I will attach below. So a constructive feedback technique would be structured like this. I notice, fill the blanks, or when you do this, fill the blanks. This is how I feel about it, fill the blanks. I'd like you to fill the blanks. Okay, so let me give you an example. John, I noticed on several occasions that you have a habit of interrupting people mid-sentence. Now, John, you know very well how much I value your contribution. And at the same time, I do have to tell you that I find this deeply frustrating because our meetings get ineffective, things just drag on, we go back and forth. And what's more, some of your colleagues, they feel discouraged from voicing their own opinion because they feel intimidated, and I can't let this happen. So John, I'd love you to use your time when you are given your time during the meeting, but then leave others use their time without interrupting them. Can I count on you, John? You can then adjust it the way you want it. But this is one variation of a feedback technique. So, to summarize what we have done so far, in order to react to a dominating person, you need to be respectful, nice, but really firm and stand your ground, because otherwise they will walk all over you and they will lose any respect they may have for you. Second, keep it positive and acknowledge their contribution to the group, to the team, whatever. But third, establish clear rules, set the boundaries. What if the dominating person is your boss? The same tips apply. But in here, I'd love to mention this. You really need to know who you are with your strengths and your weaknesses, and you need to know what you stand for. And also know that you're really doing a good job. Because one of the reasons for why your boss may be dominating or maybe trying to micromanage you is that he feels that you could be doing things better, faster, more effectively. So he just tries to point it out to you, okay? If, taking that apart, you still feel that your boss is a pain in the neck, super overpowering, pushy, intimidating, then don't shut up. You have to express how you feel about it. And this is really the word, how you feel. Express how you feel. Make it about you, not about them. Make it about what they do, how it makes you feel. What is the impact on you? You see, people can argue logic, but they cannot argue how you feel about something. So make it about you. And you can also use a variation of that feedback technique that I publish in the document that you can download. All right? So that's the fourth thing. Know yourself, know your strengths and limitations and what you stand for. And I've got 2 extra bonus tips for you. First, be aware of your own biases. Let me explain. We typically label people. He is really difficult. She is super bossy. That one is a pushover. We label people, and this is the worst thing that you can do for yourself and for the other person, because you're literally not giving them a chance. You're stepping into that interaction already anticipating a certain behavior, and you unintentionally can encourage the very behavior that you so hate. Okay, so check your own biases, check your own labels, get rid of them before you step into that interaction. I know it's not easy, but it is possible. Okay, and then the second tip: be aware of your triggers, and this goes hand in hand with knowing yourself. Know what triggers you, what drives you insane, what kind of situations, what kind of people drive you just plain crazy. Because if you know what your triggers are and you can detect them early, then you can stop yourself from overreacting. Now, I know dealing with difficult people requires a tremendous amount of emotional intelligence. You really need to know how to handle yourself. On that precise topic, I've got several videos for you that you can watch. I will try to link them here and also link them in the description below so that you can use these techniques as well. So these are my 4 tips plus 2 bonus tips. If you like them, then don't forget to download the document. And if you like this video, please like it. Please share it with someone else who could find this helpful. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and get a notification when I publish a new video. So I hope this serves. Let me know how you deal with difficult people. You know, there's so many different ways, and I'd love to know what you are doing yourself. And other than that, have a beautiful day, and I will see you in my next video.